Does anyone remember this kid's show? It's called Cove. It must have been 6 or 7. I never found reference to it anywhere, so I think it was on a local station around 1971 or 1972. I lived in Ireland at the time. I don't remember which station, but I do remember it was on at a weird time, like 4 p.m. Seems really familiar to me. I grew up outside of Ashland and was 9 years old on 72. Candle Cove? Was it about pirates? I remember a pirate marionette at the mouth of a cave talked to a little girl. Yes! Okay, I'm not crazy. I remember Pirate Percy. I was always kind of scared of him. He looked like he was built from other parts of other dolls. Real low budget. His head was an old porcelain baby doll. Looked like an antique that didn't belong in the body. I don't remember what station this was. I don't think it was WDSF, though. Sorry to resurrect this old thread, but I know exactly what show you mean, Sky's Hail. I think Candle Cove ran for only a couple months in 1971, not 72. I was 12 and watched it a few times with my brother. Channel 58, whatever station that was. My mom would let me switch it to it after the news. Let me see if what I remember. It took place in Candle Cove, and it was about a little girl imagining herself to be friends with pirates. The pirate ship was called the Laughingstock. And Pirate Percy wasn't a very good pirate because he got scared too easily. And there was Calliope music constantly playing. Don't remember the girl's name, Janice or Jade or something. I think it was Janice. Thank you, Sharon! Memories flood back when you mentioned the Laughingstock in Channel 58. I remember the boat of the ship with a smiling face with the lower jaw submerged. It looked like he was swallowing the sea, and it had that awful Ed Wynn voice and laugh. I especially remember how jarring it was when they switched from the wooden plastic model to the foam puppet version of the head that talked. I remember now, too. Do you remember this part, Skysail? You have to go inside! Mike, I got chill reading that. Yes, I remember. That's what the ship always told Percy when there was a spooky place he had to go in. Like a cave or a dark room where the treasure was. The camera would push in on Laughingstock's face with each pause. You have to go inside! With his two eyes askew. Foam jaw, the fishing line that opened and closed it. Ugh, just looks so cheap and awful. You guys remember the villain? He had a face that was just a handlebar mustache above really tall, narrow teeth. I honestly thought the villain was Pirate Percy. I was about 5 when the show was on. Nightmare Fuel. That wasn't the villain. The pup with the mustache. That was the villain's sidekick, Horse Horrible. He had a monocle too, but it was on top of the mustache. I used to think that meant he had only one eye. But yeah, the villain's other marionette, Skin Taker. Can't believe what they let us watch back then. Jesus sakes Christ, the Skin Taker. What kind of a kid show were you watching? I seriously could not look at the screen when the Skin Taker showed up. He just descended out of nowhere on strings. Just a dirty skeleton wearing that brown top hat and cape. His glass eyes that were too big for his skull. Christ almighty. What is his top hat and cloak all sewn up crazily? Is that supposed to be children's skin? Yeah, I think so. Remember his mouth didn't open and close. His jaw just slid back and forth. I remember the little girl said, "Why does your mouth move like that?" And the Skin Taker didn't look at the girl, but the camera, and said, "To grind your skin!" I'm so relieved that other people remember this terrible show. I used to have this awful memory. Bad dream I had when the opening jingle ended, and the show faded from black, and all the characters were there, but the camera was just cutting to each of their faces, and they were just screaming. The puppets and marionettes were flailing spastically, and just all screaming. The girl was just moaning and crying like she had been through hours of this. I woke up many times from that nightmare. Used to went to bed when I had it. I don't think that was a dream. I remember that. I remember that was an episode. No, not possible. There was no plot or anything. I mean, literally, just standing in place, crying and screaming for the whole show. Maybe I'm manufacturing memory because you said that, but I swear to God, I remember seeing what you described. They just screamed. Oh God, yes, the little girl Janice, I remember seeing her shake. The skin taker screamed through his gnashing teeth, his jaw careening so wildly I thought it would come off his wire hinges. I turned it off, and it was the last time I watched. I ran to tell my brother. We didn't have the courage to turn it back on. I visited my mom today at the nursing home. I asked her about when I was little in the early 70s, when I was 8 or 9, and if she remembered a kid show, Candle Cove. She said she was surprised I could remember that and asked why. And she said, because I used to think it was so strange that you said, I'm gonna go watch Candle Cove now, Mom. And then you would tune the TV to static. Just watch dead air for 30 minutes. You had a big imagination with your little pirate show. Ah, fuck.